here again on Frequency Friday. Hello, dear Marcus. Are you there?
Yes, Frank, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Hello. Good to see you, Marcus.
Good to be here. And my light also just broke down because the sun disappeared behind the
Okay.
clouds, and I'm sitting in my natural office, which I was moving to maybe 2 months ago because I had to escape from the castle where I have been living before with my family, which is the heart of Healy and Time Weber since 15 years, because we are living in we were living in the middle of the action going on, and I moved here to the lake, beautiful lake in north east Germany, and I established my new office on a boat, and I just came from a ride back from the boat ride back from the sea. I'm still learning how to drive it, but I could already park in without any problems. So that was a great moment of success feeling for me. So now I'm back here. I hope you can see me because, as I said, the sun just disappeared. Otherwise, I would have much more natural light here. And being here in this moment for me is very significant because I'm surrounded by water basically in all four directions. I'm, of course, close to the shore. But being in the water is, for me, something very natural. I'm from North Germany, so I love the water. And here around there is, if you go a little to the north, there's more than 100 lakes, just one after the other. It must be 200, and they're all connected. So it's a beautiful landscape. The only thing we are missing is mountains. Don't search for mountains here. They are not there, but the lakes are beautiful. And water is something so important for life. I mean, we consist of water mainly. 70 to 90% of water is within our body. But water is not just body, but we know that water is very connected to our emotions, to our feelings. Water even represents the emotions and the feelings. It's flowing, and yes, I just need the water. So I'm so happy to be in the water. And I want to tell you something more about water and frequencies, because remember, some few months ago, I said whenever we have a Frequency Friday, there will be a small lessons on frequency, but a significant one. And here's something I was thinking and doing research on for the last few months. It's about water. But I go a little step back because the leading scientists in this area, they are more and more figuring out that behind the material, physical processes in this body, physical, biophysical, biological processes, and the neurological processes in the brain, which is a material reality. There is a more subtle but physical reality, which is first in the quantum fields, but behind the quantum fields are zero energy states in the quantum vacuum. So this constitutes a second self of us, which is immaterial, which is of the nature of information. But this information is communicating with the material version of ourselves, which is the body. So in a way, there are two types. I would say two selves. And we are the complex communication between all of them. There's our material self, and there is the immaterial self, which is the nature of behind the quantum vacuum, which is of the nature of information, or we in physics we say active information, because this information is information for the physical processes, and it's activating them. So in order to work, the system needs to communicate. So I'm following a line of research and participating in it, where they, especially Professor Vitello, he considers that our material self has a double in the immaterial side of the quantum vacuum information field. But I turn it around. I would say that this material self is the double of our immaterial self, because we are this information field carried by the process of consciousness. And in order to survive and live in this material world, we need to double. We need something like a stuntman or a stunt woman, because this material environment is kind of dangerous, you know. I don't want to tell any stories, but it's sometimes really challenging, and we have so much to explore in this world. That's life itself, but sometimes it's really risky, and you have to undergo risks. So we are like a stunt man or a stunt woman, a double of our immaterial self, which is hidden behind the curtain. It's hidden behind the curtain of our consciousness process. And here is where the frequencies come in. Because oh, sun is coming back. That's great. Because life is only if our immaterial self is communicating with the material self. No, it's better like this. And this happens. So whenever the information field communicates with our biological body, in our body, in the area where the communication takes place, coherent domains start to appear. Coherent domains means that all the molecules and cells of this area start to vibrate in one resonance frequency together as one team coherently. It's called coherent domains. Can be very small, tiny, but then it can expand to whole areas like a whole organ or parts of our brain. And whenever this happens, there is this broadband communication between our higher self, you say the immaterial self, the information field self, and our material self. And this is what we need. Very, very close, efficient communication, because then we can be very active in this world. We can be present. We have so much energy, because the energy comes from a different place. It comes from the behind. You know, in the quantum vacuum, there is unlimited energy. And not only energy, but information means guidance, so that we really know what we want to do in this world. And we also have a higher guidance to get there through our intuition. And whenever this happens, we have a coherent domain with one resonance frequencies. And the frequencies keep changing. It goes through phase transitions from one frequency to the other, and the coherent domains are moving. And this is the same play which Healy is doing, connecting to the information field, find the right frequencies, and establish a communication. So this emerging science, connecting quantum field theory, biology, neuroquantology, is coming to deeper and deeper insights, and frequency really have a key role in communication. This is where Healy starts. So this was little today's small lessons about frequencies, and I have written a paper about it, and I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but my paper was accepted by the International Disciplinary Journal of the Dev Sanskriti University to be published 1st of July. So I hope this will work out, and then it can be read. But I'm here today to talk a little more practical also, because my role is not only in fundamental research, which I'm doing every day, and we have a great team of researchers also in Healy World, but I always relate it to product development. And as Christian Dorner already said, there's so much to come, but it comes in very small portions. So now, a very, very small portion I'm presenting here what changes on the product side, because there's already so much change on the business side and on the IT systems and the compensation plan. But here's something interesting. Until now, whoever bought a Healy, like a Healy Gold or above edition, doesn't matter. Whoever got a Healy, he got the deep cycle as a present. So all of you who got this present and it's all of you, more than 250,000 already, will keep this present. You will keep the Healy as you the deep cycle program, as you will keep all the other programs, but with a change of the model, we change this. Future members or buyers of Healy will not get the deep cycle anymore as a present, and there's a reason behind it, which I will tell you a little later. But they will get another type of present, which is also fundamental. And this is a search module of the Heal Advisor app. The Heal Advisor app is supposed to be the central controlling app which connects all the existing and future Healy devices and accessories together. Now we have the Healy with the Healy coil and the Healy watch, and you will see the Healy watch again rising like a star, because we put so much development in it, which you will get a little later, maybe in 1-2 months, to know about. But the Heal Advisor app is the basis, it's a center. And the Heal Advisor search app is very fundamental to get access to all the experience we are gathering every day, every month, every year for millions and millions of user experiences. We have a part of our research team is taking care of this matrix in the back. And with this search engines, with this intelligent search engines, for your special situation, for your concerns or complaints or reasons why you're using Healy, you will get recommendations how to bioenergetically harmonize your situation. And the Heal Advisor search app will automatically create a scheduler for your own individualized use of the Healy programs. So it's something really fundamental, and we are working on it. So the version you will have now corresponds to the experience we have now. But imagine in 1 or 2 years, we will have at least, I think, 100 million more user experiences. It's growing so quickly. Last year, we had more than 10 million individual users of Healy. All these experiences from all the studies we are doing enters into this matrix. With Heal Advisor Search, you're connected to it. Because it's so fundamental, we want everyone to have access to use it, and everyone who will buy a Healy after 1st of July, he will then get this Heal Advisor Search module as a present for lifetime. We could have had it as a subscription and selling it, but we thought, no, it's so important, it's so fundamental, it will so much help also the uplines of the people not to ask too many questions about how to use it for which purpose. That's all inside there, and we continue developing it. So the Heal Advisor Search will be free, but the Healy, the Deep Cycle program, which I'm coming to in a couple of minutes, will not be free anymore. So that's one use. Connected with this is whoever has a Heal Advisor Search subscription now, or is still getting it until 1st of July, there's still a week time ahead, he will afterwards have it for lifetime for free also. So tell it to everyone who doesn't have the Heal Advisor Search app yet, get into a subscription, and it will be on lifetime then afterwards for free. And all those who don't have a subscription until then, they will get a very good price offer to also have it for lifetime, because we really want everyone to have access to this growing matrix of experience behind Healy. So this is some important change, and connected with this is a little change how we are dealing with the Healy Deep Cycle. There's also a slide for this, but there is a story behind the Deep Cycle, and the story is connected. Maybe Frank, you can turn the page. The story is connected to a person, like all the stories always start with a person, and this is a practitioner of Time Waver and Healy in Norway. It's Jan Fredrik Policzynski. He was the one who developed the deep cycle in the first place from all his experience he had for so many years with Time Weaver and with Healy. And so many of you have experience about the deep cycle, which is such a good and great complement to the gold cycle. Going deeper, therefore it's called deep cycle, very holistic. And he has updated it and upgraded it to the deep cycle H, which is deep cycle harmonic, which has new frequencies and all the experience which he gathered within the last, I would say, 4 years or 3 years since he developed the first version for the deep cycle. So the deep cycle harmonic, which has a lot of cosmic harmonics frequencies inside, will be a subscription from now on. So that's the news. So all of you who got it as a present will keep the old version, but the new deep cycle harmonic is a subscription. So that's good for our members because your customers can subscribe it. Why is it so important within our 144 programs or even more which we're having now? It's because it's from the experience of one of the first users of Time Waver. And it was Jan Fredrik Policzynski who originally, first time, told me that I shall contact a guy in Portugal, an amazing person who has so much experience with frequencies and who would be love to work with someone like me, whose name is Nuno Nina. So when he told this to me, I listened to the sentence and said, okay, Nuno Nina, it's a Portuguese name, which I couldn't understand. I couldn't even repeat it, but I kept it in my mind. And things are working in this way. It was already in my mind. It was in my information field. So months later, by chance, I got in contact with Nuno Nina. But, if you live in the information field, chance is not an important aspect in your life anymore because you understand how through meaning the information field guides you through life. So I met Nuno Nina in Lisbon, and in this moment when he picked me up from the airport, I understood this is the guy whom Jan Fredrik Policzynski was talking about, and I saw how everything comes together. And the very same day, our cooperation and our relationship started, which developed into the Time Waver frequency and then into the Healy from our common vision. So this Jan Fredrik Policzynski, who was behind this and who gave so much input until now, he developed this deep cycle. Some of you must know him already. But there was something else oh yes, we have developed actually a whole new category of Healy programs. And the idea was to have small program groups of 3 programs each, which together have a great synergy. And I, with my team, have developed 4 of this kind of new Healy program pages. And the first one we are also releasing now, 1st of July. And it's called Wellbeing. It's like kind of British understatement, this name. Well-being is something which relates to us being the unity of body, mind, and soul. This is really what constitutes us. And this, there's a page about it also. Let me see if I know. It was the first one, yes. It forms a new category of very of the smallest and cheapest group of programs. And it has one program for harmonizing and creating well-being on the bodily level. Then the second is on the mental level, and the third is on the spiritual level. And it contains our favorite frequencies, which we have been using for more than 12 years in Time Waver, the basic resonances of the material. Then in the program for the mind, we have very famous frequencies. They are called the solfeggio frequencies, which have a very, very long tradition. And then for the soul level, we are using frequencies of the spectrum of light brought down through octavation to the level of the frequencies which Healy can use. So in a combination, you can expect great synergy from this body mind and spirit synergy. So that's what's changing on the product level for the 1st of July. You will get, new customers will get the Healy search program, and please spread the word to all those who don't participate in today's Frequency Friday, because it's important for them to know that they still have the chance to make a subscription and then have it for free lifetime. That's a great news, but everyone else can get it also. Now, actually, I didn't complete the story which I started in the beginning, and I just need to complete it. When I talked about, you remember the immaterial self talking to its double, to its stunt man or stunt woman here in the material, but what's the importance of water? Water is so important for it because, according to these ideas of the quantum field theorist Umezawa and Vicello and their whole team of research, which started more than 40 years ago with Professor Fröhlich and Davidoff and so many more to come, is that the molecules of water, which are electrical dipoles, they, as the quantum objects, are dipole resonators of the quantum field. So on the level of the water, the oscillations, the vibrations, the coherent domains start. So water is the basis of creating coherent domains in our brain, in our body, in our heart, in our organs, because water is the fundament, not just molecularly, but by creating this harmonic oscillations over whole organs. And that's the importance of water. Therefore, drinking pure water all over the day is so important. And from time to time, you need to jump into the water. The best is every day swimming in a natural lake or coming in contact with a waterfall. Of course, it's not possible every day, but water is such a beautiful element, and we shall use it. Take advantage of this every day. So therefore, I like to live at the water and always connect to it. Water is something like a material expression of the information field. And just looking at water is already beneficial, because by observing, you're quantum entangling. So that's the importance of water. And in water, you get this coherent frequencies, which can be measured. Yeah, so I think that's enough for today. And I'm so happy that we are starting now with this 1st of July. So this will be an amazing journey, which will challenge all of us, but it will make such a big transformation for Healy and how it develops. So thank you for listening, and I give back to Frank.
Well, thank you very much, Marcus, of course, for joining and for all your great ideas always in terms of new products and program groups. Thank you, Marcus, because I really like these new program groups, the little ones. You know why, Marcus? Because this is a great tool we can use in the future also to really market to customers, in terms of, a customer promotion saying program group of the month or something like this, when it's a small and not too expensive program group. So for customers, that's a great thing.
And you will be excited about the other 3 groups. Well-being is the most basic, but the beauty about this well-being is that it's body, mind, and spirit. They're creating a great synergy. So it's something which at least everyone should try out for a month or something like this, and then decide and share their experience. All right. Thank you so much. I will now jump into the water. Have still a nice Frequency Friday.
Thank you, Marcus. Have a nice swim.